Welcome back to Denali Guide, where we make sense of the market so you don't have to lose sleep over them. Today we're talking about what I think we're all feeling. The market is in limbo, not quite bullish and not exactly bearish, just stuck. Nick, you called it the Channels of Purgatory this morning. What exactly do you mean by that?
Let's go back for a little history lesson. In the mid 90s, gold got cracked really bad and created a bottom called an island bottom. I call that Whale Island. We had the straits of hell to cross to get to Whale Island to make money. For 17 weeks, the percentage of bullish gold stocks was zero. It was at the GDX of 17. Eventually, it broke out. It allowed me to predict a high of 60. It hit 60 on September 2nd and hit 77 at the end of the month. So the channels of purgatory are where you're uncertain. You think you've got a breakout, but you're not sure. The markets are totally full of uncertainty, whether it's gold, oil, natural gas, copper. They're all looking like they're going to go this way or that. The only one with a definable trend is uranium at this moment.
Okay, so I think the word you used was gridlock, right? We're in a gridlock situation.
It feels like gridlock because you're not sure if you're going to buy something. You think a trend's going to happen and a bottom's going to drop out.
Okay.
So it basically leaves you a deer in the headlights feeling.
So investors are looking around and saying, now what? It's like every direction feels risky.
Every direction is risky. Instead of chasing, my favorite saying is, if you run, you're done. We're talking about carnivorous animals. The market's a carnivorous animal. What you can do is you can hedge. You can go 100 shares of a stock for up, and you can go for an ETF that's hedged to the downside, 50.
I think you commented, you said it's called market limbo because
you're stuck in the middle.
We're stuck in the middle.
It's like the Steelers wheel song, stuck in the middle with you.
Let's talk about the investor mindset here, because when the markets feel like this, emotions tend to drive decisions. What are you seeing among investors right now?
I'm saying hedge, and you can do that 50-100 thing. And when a hedge goes good, you leave it in. Fear and frustration, just like deer in the headlights. You're not sure if you turn right, you won't get hit by a car coming by, or if you turn left, there might be a wolf at your door. So it's really hard to say. It's fear and frustration, and what you've got to do is you've got to fear not and find a way.
So would you say that discipline is your friend right now?
Discipline is your only hope. Those 5 little letters, actually very big letters, D-Y-O-D-D.
Do your own due diligence, right? So this is when we go back to the fundamentals, not the forecasts.
You can find any forecast you want out in the market. Just thumb through YouTube, okay? What you have to figure out in the due diligence is what seems logical to you. Here we go. Every day we're scared of all these threats coming out internationally. Would it surprise you to know this is all kabuki theater? Putin knows what Trump's going to say. Trump knows what Putin's going to say. And they scare people to death.
I think what you said to me was that you can't outguess limbo, but you can out-prepare it.
Correct.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, I'm saying natural gas is going up. It's going down. Well, I observe the stocks in the natural gas index that I like. They're edging up. That tells me that's a possible long, okay? Oil is going down, but then bouncing up. That tells me it's a possible long. What it tells me is there are clandestine sources of money finding their way into it, and you have to find the ones.
Okay, so let's get technical. If someone's sitting there just watching with a 60-40 portfolio, just a few positions, What's the smart move? And you've given me 3. Stay liquid, review your exposure, and watch the bond yield. So what do you mean stay liquid?
What do I mean with what?
Stay liquid.
Well, everybody says, oh, you've got too much cash. I don't think there's anybody that's got too much cash. I think you can hold it too long. I think it can get inflated down in value. But if you're 90% cash, you're in the driver's seat. You can pick, am I going to buy a gas stock? Am I going to buy a uranium stock? Am I going to go short? Something like that. So you are in the driver's seat. So yes, staying liquid is very protective.
So, and then the second point you made, review your exposure to sectors that have already sprinted. Can you explain that?
Well, we got gold 9 weeks up, straight up. 1979, what did it do before it crashed? It went up for 9 straight weeks. So you have to compare it to historical comparisons. Maybe, as I say, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. So maybe it won't crash, but it may pull back. So with oil looks like it's getting beat up. Okay. And the cure for low prices is low prices. So at some point, the Middle East is going to flare up, and so is oil.
Okay. So we're not running for cover, but we're keeping our lifeboats ready. True?
Absolutely. There's a difference between cover and concealment. Concealment is when you're in the bushes and the bullets can reach you. Cover is when you're behind a big rock and nobody can get you. So you have to decide, am I going to be behind that big rock and peek out? Or am I going to take a real risk and go run with concealment?
Well, you often say that purgatory doesn't last forever. What's the sign that this limbo is lifting?
I'd look for a clandestine or surreptitious sign in certain stocks just moving up instead of going down when it seems like they should be going down to the news. If they stand fast, that's a sign that there's no weakness in this. And when the news abates, slows down, goes away, this trend will reassert itself.
Okay, so that gives us hope. It's a reminder that uncertainty doesn't last forever. It just tests how patient we can be. So let's close this off and talk about next steps. So friends, whether you're holding, trimming, or trying to breathe through the noise, remember that limbo isn't the end, it's the middle. Keep your portfolio balanced, your emotions calm, and your eyes open.
I got one little saying for you. The market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So what you have to do is you have to realize what's going on there. And if you're in a losing situation, prune it.
Okay. If you found any of this information helpful, hit the like button, share it with a fellow investor, and subscribe for more grounded market insights from Denali Guide. Until next time, Nick says, keep your compass steady. Do you have any final words?
Yeah, fear not and follow true north. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. See you next time.